Yeah. So if you're wondering why I am using my senses in readings, like why am why am I smelling somebody? Why am I wanting to taste somebody? Yeah, it's because our senses are the sense organs for the infinite, as Suzanne Siegel says in her book. Sorry, that's a lot of S's to get out without without having a lisp, which I have. Yeah, so one of the reasons why I use the senses is because I am using it as a practice for my personal self because after the recent shift that I've had in my spiritual journey, this couple months ago, the self has fallen away, which I don't need to talk about here, but that has left me and my senses like in direct contact with the infinite, with the field of truth, the ever present, past, future, whatever. But my senses, as everybody's senses have been not demonetized. That's not the word, but it's a good word, I guess. But they've been dampened, like their ability to function at their natural level has been damaged due to all of the thoughts that we have about our physical bodies. Um, or we say, oh, we have an intuitive hit and we act on it and it doesn't turn out right. We say, oh, I can't trust my feelings or whatever. Somehow we have denigrated our feelings about the body and, our senses, as every cell in our body has a consciousness to it and it hears what it's saying. And so it dampens its ability to function the way it should be. Anyway, so of course, although I've been practicing with using my senses quite often, since that shift, the self falling away, there's no longer a self here. And I know that sounds funny. There's such a clear path. There's not a self for these senses to receive information and have it go through this self body. So I'm like getting very clear stuff, but I'm using my senses as practice because that's all I have now. I don't really have a feeling emotional body. I just get information, right? It feels like I may say it's a feeling, but it's more like information. So really, I'm practicing. I'm trying to re-aliven my physical senses, get more into the body with this new shift. And I'm finding that as I'm doing these readings, my senses, now obviously my sense, like some of my senses are stronger than the others, just like you have clairs that are stronger than another, like clairsentient, clairvoyance, whatever. And those are attached to your senses, right? So I'm using it for personal practice because I have to activate them so I get more information on a daily basis. I have to really get more embodied and start activating, awakening my senses more. So I am always clearly in touch with the field, right? And also because the senses are connected to the chakra system, right? And so we have the root chakra is smell. Second, sacral chakra is taste. Solar plexus is sight. Heart chakra is touch. Throat chakra is sound. Okay. And the aggregate, when you put all of whatever you get from all of those senses, say you're checking, you want to, and I advise doing this practice yourself because your senses don't lie. Now, some of your senses may be stronger than another, some may not be functioning. That's okay. But if you're checking in on a situation or a person, I would definitely use your senses, but you have to get to still point. This is the key. You have to get to still point, very, very still point in the body, in the now moment, because you want to bypass your unconscious self, your thinking and even your feeling body or your emotional body. You want to bypass that frequency in order to get clear information from the field of truth, past, present, and future. And you can only get that when you're at still point and you're in the body in the now moment. And as you're going through and asking, okay, what does this person or this situation smell like? You get all the answers. It is the combination or the aggregate or the mean of all those senses, their answers together that equal your sixth sense, your intuition, your wisdom. So it's a really good practice to use your senses to activate them. And yeah, because this is kind of where we're going into the new age. Like as people, more and more people wake up, and more people have this falling away of self. I mean, that's all they got are their senses. And yeah, we have to come to our senses. That's what it is. Anyway, did I make any sense? I feel like I said a lot of times the word sense, and I'm getting tired of hearing it myself. But anyway, that's why I use the senses because they are so important. They are at the ground level of every intuitive hit, every intuitive bit of information that you could get from the universe, right? They're connecting to our nervous system. They give us the physical feelings. So to know the truth of situations as best you can, yeah, use the five senses, get into the still point, connected to that instant field of now. And yeah, your senses will tell you the truth of any situation. Okay, so smell you next time. Bye.